I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Skyhawks. Welcome to SBN News, Silverado High School's daily news broadcast. I'm Victoria Sanamaterio.
And I'm Derek Lyons, and here are daily announcements for Friday, February 28th, 2020.
Calling all Silverado artists. The senior grad trip to Disney is in need of a t-shirt design, and we are here holding a contest. For anyone interested in designing this shirt, please submit any design to Ms. Hughes at royrl@nv.ccsd.net by March 13th. Otherwise, she will design the ugliest shirt you will ever own. For more information, feel free to stop by room 218 anytime. If you haven't already, join the senior class group meet, Instagram, or Twitter to stay on top of important dates and news.
Attention class of 2020, senior class poem contest. Write a poem based on your experiences you've had during your time at Silverado High School. The poem needs to be classy as well as appropriate and not be longer than 45 seconds when read aloud. The winning poem will be included in the senior awards program, graduation program, and the winner will read the poem at the graduation ceremony, which I think means you get to sit on stage with all the important people. How cool is that? You can start submitting your poems now until the cutoff day at the end of the day, Friday, February 28th. Turn in any poems for consideration to Ms. Hughes in room 218 or the front office receptionist, Miss Irene.
Interested in making a change at Silverado? Feel like your voice isn't heard and school events and spirit weeks aren't what the student body wants? Come join Student Council and have your voice be heard. Interest meeting for the 2020-2021 school year will be held on February 28th at 125 in room 314.
Attention juniors and seniors, UNLV will be at the Career Center on Thursday, March 5th at 8:45 a.m. Please sign up in the Career Center Google Classroom or stop by the Career Center for a pass to attend the presentation.
Calling all shutterbugs. Do you like to stare endlessly at awesome photography? Follow the Silverado Photography Program on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram Silverado Photography, Twitter at Silverado Photo 1. Support your peers and the awesome work they do.
The Invisible Man stalks his ex-girlfriend in a Me Too horror film for the ages while a beloved Big Lebowski character returns to the big screen. This is SB Entertainment, your weekly up-to-date previews of the week's slate of new releases in theaters, produced by SBN News. I'm Patrick McNabb, and let's check out this weekend's top theatrical releases. Let's get to it, movie buff. First up is The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss from The Handmaid's Tale. Trapped in a violent, controlling relationship with a wealthy and brilliant scientist, Cecilia Cass escapes in the dead of night and disappears into hiding, aided by her sister, their childhood friend, and his teenage daughter. But when Cecilia's abusive ex commits suicide and leaves her a generous portion of his vast fortune, Cecilia suspects his death was a hoax. As a series of eerie coincidences turn lethal, threatening the lives of those she loves, Cecilia's sanity begins to unravel as she desperately tries to prove that she is being hunted by someone nobody can see. The film is rated R for some bloody violence and language and has a solid 91% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Next up is Burden, a powerful film about racism and redemption. When a museum celebrating the Ku Klux Klan opens in a small South Carolina town, the idealistic Reverend Kennedy, played by Academy Award winner Forrest Whitaker, resolves to do everything in his power to prevent the long-simmering racial tensions from boiling over. But the members of Kennedy's congregation are shocked to discover that his plan includes sheltering Mike Burden, played by Tron Legacy's Garrett Hudlin, a Klansman whose relationships with both a single mother and a high school friend force him to re-examine his long-held beliefs. After Kennedy helps Mike leave behind his violent past, the Baptist preacher finds himself on a collision course with manipulative KKK leader Tom Griffin. In the face of grave threats to himself and his family, the resolute Kennedy bravely pursues a path towards peace, setting aside his own misgivings in the hope of healing his wounded community. The film is rated R for disturbing violent content and language throughout, including racial epithets. It has a 67% threshold. And last of this week is the return of Jesus. No, not that Jesus. The one from the classic Coen Brothers film, The Big Lebowski. Hours after being released from prison for good behavior, Jesus Quintana, John Turturro, reunites with his best friend and fellow underachiever, Petey, played by Bobby Cannavale. In the first in a series of rapidly escalating bad decisions, they steal a vintage car parked in front of an upscale saloon and hit the road for a no-holds-barred joyride, until the car's gun-toting owner, John Hamm, catches up with them, wounding Petey. Fleeing the scene with a fiercely free-spirited shampooist, Marie, Jesus and Petey continue their adventure in a series of stolen cars, cementing their partnership with an epic petty crime spree and a three-way romance. The film is rated R for strong sexual content, language throughout, and brief nudity, and unfortunately has a terrible 21% fresh rating. So this one appears to be a gutter ball, not a strike. That's been this week's edition of SB Entertainment. Tune in next week as we take a look at Pixar's newest film, Onward, as well as more of the latest releases in film today. Be sure to check out SBN News' Twitter page at SBN News LV for all your Silverado and broadcast news. And give us a follow while you're there, Skyhawks. Once again, this has been Patrick McNabb, back to you in the studio.
And finally in the news, there will be a cheer clinic on March 12th from 3:30 to 5:30, the cafeteria for those interested in trying out for the 2020-2021 cheer team. Cost will be $5 for Silverado students. See Miss Kyler in room 820 for information and other dates of importance. Required parent meeting March 16th and tryouts March 25th and 26th.
And that's all the news we have for today, Skyhawks. I'm Victoria Sanamaterio.
And I'm Derek Lyons. Thanks for tuning in and have a fantastic Friday, Silverado.